Hey everyone, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another day of seated OT class with Dan. I'm Dan. Welcome to our OT class for today. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is staying safe. Remember, we are making a 30-day exercise, movement, breathing strategies resource that we can do sitting down, where we are able to find these different activities and put them into our routine. Right? It's a good way to get our energy out. It's a good way to focus into ourselves. It's a good way to help ourselves to feel better, especially if we're not able to move around or get outside or do a lot of things that we're used to doing or usually doing. It's really nice to be able to have these different activities that we're able to do. Okay, so this is just an educational class meant for parents, families, teachers, educators to do alongside with children and students, just to help learn these different skills and strategies and help incorporate and integrate them into the routine. Okay, it's not meant to replace any therapies or services. Also, since I can't see what anybody is doing, please make sure you are safe and careful in everything that you do. So we want to have fun, but most importantly is to be safe. Okay, so we are doing different exercises for every letter of the alphabet. So in our past few weeks, you've seen our A, B, C, D, our E, F, G, H, our I, J, K, L. So today, we have this week's activities, which is, and if you have your notebook, turn along with me. Remember, we're using our fingers. No matter how much we want to turn quick, make sure we are turning just one page at a time. It's a really good way to use our fingers. I, J, K, L, to use our coordination skills of our fingers and hands. Okay, so today we have our letters M, N, O, P. So remember, you can write along with me. So you can either write just the uppercase letters, or maybe the uppercase letters and our words in uppercase, or just uppercase and lowercase letters, or you can write the same thing that I have written. So however you want to make your resource notebook is going to be the best way to do it. All right, mine is just an example. Again, it's just educational information. Really, however is best for you is how you can use it. So let's get started. Okay, so our first activity for our letter M, today we have the letter M. Remember, you can finger trace while after writing or writing in the air. It's a good way to practice how our brain experiences the letters, and it can help with our handwriting. It can help with how our vision and our brain work together. Okay, so our first one is mirror. Mirror is a game that can be done by two or more people, where one person acts as the mirror and the other people have to act as the reflection. So we are going to do different kinds of movements and exercises and see if the other person can copy. Okay, so for example, we can start touching the nose. So now you be my mirror. So can you touch your nose with the same arm so it looks the same as mine looks? So we touch our nose. Okay, what about touch our ear? What about touch our ear across from our face? Okay, how about the other hand? Touch our nose, touch our ear, and touch our ear across from the face, across our face. Okay, what about both hands? One on the nose and one on the ear. And now switch, nose, ear. And now switch, nose, ear. Switch, nose, ear. What about from the inside? Nose and ear. From the inside, nose and ear. One more time, inside. Oops, inside, nose and ear. And inside, nose and ear. What about ears? Ear. Switch hands. Ear. So not switch hands, but which one is on top? 3, 4, and 5. Whew. Okay, what about taking one hand and touching the opposite leg? How about with the other hand? Okay, what if we add a clap? So copy my movements, right? So you are the reflection of my mirror. What about in the middle? Okay, without the clap. And to the top. Now with the clap. Okay, no clap. Let's do them all. Top, middle, down. And again, down, middle, and top. Okay, what about this one? So we lift one foot in the front and touch, another foot behind. Okay, so 1 and 2. 1 and 2. And switch. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay, so depending how much our legs are moving, we could just touch our leg like this. Okay, or if we're sitting up forward in the chair a little bit, we can try like this. Okay, and the last one we can do is our elbow to our knee. Our elbow to our knee. What about same side? Cross. Same side. Whoa. And cross. Hey, awesome. Okay, so that is our mirror game, and that's just some sample movements that we're doing, some sample that we're trying for our mirror game. But you can play with friends or a teacher, family, where one person is the mirror and you can take turns. So now it's your turn. You become the mirror, and I have to copy your movements, right? So different movements. Thumb up, point, point, thumb up. Thumb up, point. Whew. Okay, so just a fun way to do some exercise and just practice how what we look at and incorporating it into our brain, as well as getting across our body. So mirror, nice and fun activity that we can do with others, friends, family members, teachers. Okay, next one is mindful. Mindful is a strategy that we can practice. So if we decide to practice mindfulness, we can do it either one time a day or multiple times a day, whatever is going to be best for us. Let me turn you a little bit. Whatever is going to be best for our routine. And all we do to practice mindfulness is to, whatever we're doing, have our full mind on that activity. So if we're doing drawing, right, we can pause. And by practicing mindfulness, we see if we can look. What do we see? What do we smell? Hear? Taste? Feel? Right? How does our body feel? So we get fully grounded, like we did in our letter G, right, into this moment. And so that makes it so we're not thinking of anything that's happening later, anything that's happening before. And drawing is actually something that we might just feel mindful of if we enjoy drawing, right? We might be drawing and not thinking of anything else. It allows us to feel like we're in a flow, in a state of flow, where we are just able to just go, 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 and not think about anything else. And that state of flow is really good. It's really healthy for our brain. So that mindful is just a strategy where we find something where we can flow, and we just practice that flow experience, whether it's drawing or another kind of art, movement or exercise, dance, singing, okay? Maybe it's breathing. So if we're sitting and breathing, we try to stay focused, eyes open or closed, try to stay focused on our breath, right? And not think of anything else. And if any thoughts do come, it's okay. We see those thoughts and we just let them come and go, right? We don't hold on to them. So it's how we get our full mind focused on our breathing, right? Breathing is a nice way to practice mindfulness. Okay, so it's our strategy of mindfulness. It helps us to use our higher brain, our upstairs brain, right? The brain is like a house, upstairs and downstairs. So it helps us to get that whole house working together. The upstairs doesn't always help, especially if we're feeling stressed or upset, frustrated, or very excited. The upstairs of the house isn't always involved. So mindfulness helps to get it involved. Okay, let's cross out our letter M activities, mirror, and mindful. Okay, so now we turn the page to our letter N. Okay, for N, we have 3 of them: nest, night, and noise. All 3 of these go together, so I'm going to explain them all together. Okay, nest, night, and noise. Okay, so the first one, nest. Nest refers to a safe place. Okay, so a place where we can have either in our home or in the classroom. So especially if home becomes the classroom, then it's important to still have a nest, because this way it gives us a place where we can go for a nice, safe place that we can just relax and take a break. Okay, so nesting is about creating this safe, comfortable place where we can go to relax and take a break. Okay, so it's important to have this kind of place either in a classroom or at home. So for a nest, I'm making a nest here right in my chair. I'm going to make my chair a nest. Okay, so some different things that I have. I have a pillow, so I'll put one on the side. I have another pillow I'm going to put on the other side. Okay, blanket. So I'll get my blanket on. Okay, and so now I've made a nice, comfy nest. So I already feel better sitting in this nest. So I want to see if you can make one. And the point is that we don't need so many things. A pillow or a blanket, a cushion from a couch. You can go as fancy as setting up a tent, or a fortress made out of chairs and sheets, right, in a certain part of the room or a certain part of the house, apartment, wherever you are. So you can do that, but it doesn't have to be so much. It could be even just sitting on a couch, sitting in a chair, and just having a nice, comfortable, safe environment where if I'm working all day or for whatever reason, I just need to take a break, I can go to my nest, okay? And maybe here by the nest, I want to have some things next to me that I like. Maybe one of my favorite fidgets, or maybe some book that I like to read, or a journal that I like to draw in or write in. Okay, maybe some snacks that I really enjoy. So different kinds of fidgets, toys, tools, maybe a picture of different breathing activities so I know that I can practice some breathing. Okay, so then we go to our next one, which is night. So when we are in our nest, because we're taking a break, something that can help us feel more calm is when the lights aren't so bright. Okay, so if we turn the lights down, close the curtains, close the blinds, right? That's something that can help us to feel a little more calm. And it's different for everyone, but usually the lights can be more exciting, right? Think about in the morning when the sun comes out, the lights come out, that's when we wake up. At night, when the lights are off, it makes us sleepy. So it communicates with our brain, the light. So if we make night during the day, we can either turn the lights off, close the curtains, we can get some sunglasses on, okay? And we can sit in our nest, in our night environment, okay? The last N is noise. So noise, when it's very loud, very fast, a lot of noise, that could be something that also makes it hard for us to feel calm and centered and connected and relaxed. So we want to go somewhere in the room, somewhere in the home. We want to make our nest somewhere where it's quiet. Okay, if we can't make it quiet, we can always see if we can find a headband or headphones, something that's gonna cover our ears to make it a little bit quieter, a little bit easier to find that quiet, and that quiet is really gonna help us to find some rest and relaxation. Okay, it's gonna really help us to relax a little bit. Okay, so our letter N is really just a big strategy about nest, night, and noise. Okay, we can always do night by, if we don't have a nest set up, just getting some darkness or going into a room where there's not so much bright light. Or if we don't have these two, just going somewhere quiet. Okay, so these are all three different strategies, but they all work together because we can find a nest in a room that's not too bright, that doesn't have a lot of noise. And it's a really calming, peaceful, relaxing place for us to take a break, to use as a safe, comfortable place. Okay, if we don't have the nest, then just going somewhere where it's not so bright or going somewhere where it's not so loud is a good strategy where we can take a break and find some relaxation and some quiet and not too bright time, some quiet time, not too stimulating kind of a time, okay? And that can help us to relax. All right, makes sense? So that's our letter N, 3 strategies, which can all be incorporated into one. Okay, let's go ahead and cross out our letter N activities. Oops. I crossed out my whole N. All right, I'll have to change this to a smiley face. Okay, let's keep going. M, N, O. Our next letter is O. So we have 2 here. The first is octopus crunch. Okay, so let's talk about our octopus crunch. So an octopus, how does an octopus swim? Our octopus brings their arms out, right? We did our jellyfish last time. And our jellyfish is a swim like this. Our octopus swims the same way, except with the arms and legs at the same time. So the octopus could be a little challenging. So maybe we're doing just the arms first, like our jellyfish. Maybe we're doing one leg or just the legs, right? So sit up nice and tall, nice and straight, just the legs. Okay, so you can have your legs on the ground. You can have your legs on the ground, just sliding on the floor. If you can get those legs up, right? Remember, sit up nice and straight, hold on, or hold on to your seat. You can get your legs forward. Okay, maybe we're doing our arms and one leg. Okay, or see if we can try both legs. Octopus swim, and then our octopus crunch. We reach our arms up and we try to lift our legs and touch our legs with our hands. So we're stretching back. Okay, so it looks like this. Stretching back, stretch our arms up, stretch our legs, stretch our legs. Okay, you can point your toes. And then we try to reach our arms to our legs and we touch. Okay, we come back. Octopus crunch. So our octopus crunch looks just like this. Okay, you can do this one laying down also. If you're laying down, you can try to lift your legs. You can try to reach for your toes. Okay, when we're sitting, we want to make sure that we're safe and careful and we don't fall out of the chair. So we just reach for our legs here. Okay, whew. our obstacle crunch. All right, let me lift you up. Okay, so we have our obstacle crunch. Okay, next is our octopus crunch. Sorry, next is our obstacle course. So obstacle course, how do we do an obstacle course if we're sitting? Okay, obstacle course we can do using a piece of paper, and we can use our hands or our eyes. So I made this obstacle course, remember when we were doing our lines? So this is our multi-motor obstacle course. It's just a bunch of different lines. So how we use this as an obstacle course is with our fingers, or with our eyes, or with both. So with your fingers, use one finger at a time. Trace the lines and follow along with your eyes as well. So it's an obstacle course for our hand. Okay, switch fingers. Switch fingers. Just like we're doing an obstacle course, but it's on our paper. And our eyes are doing the same thing. Okay, we can switch hands. Our eyes are following along. So it's an obstacle course for our hands and our eyes. Maybe the last part is both of our hands together. Okay, so you can also use a coin and take that coin and bring it along with our obstacle course to follow along the coin. Don't have one right here. Oh, here's one. And so on the table, we would follow along with our coin, one finger at a time. So we see how we're really using our hand here, right? Our finger muscles. Okay? And for our eyes as well, we can put something on here and try to blow it to follow the lines. So this is my obstacle course, so you can use this as a reference to make one as well. Okay, so our obstacle course, or of course, if we do have a larger space, then we could make an obstacle course where even in our chair, you know, depending what kind of chair we have, right, we can see if we can navigate an obstacle course depending on our space. Okay, so our letter O, we have octopus, crunch, and obstacle course. Let's go ahead and cross these off, check them off. And let's keep going. Our next letter is our letter P. All right, so we have 3 activities for P. The first one is paper. Okay, so see if you can find a piece of paper. Let's try a paper activity together. Okay, so for our paper activity, here's what I want to do. All right, so okay, for our paper activity, here's what I want to do. First, let's fold our paper in half. So we can do a lot of different things with our paper. Fold it in half. Okay, fold it in half again. We can practice folding with our piece of paper. I'll open it. We can roll our piece of paper so you can have it on a table. It doesn't have to be in the air like mine. Now that we have our folds, see see if we can roll that piece of paper. Once we roll it, let's practice just one finger and thumb, pull. Another finger and thumb, pull. Okay, or you can pull sideways like this, pull, next finger and thumb, and the pinky and thumb, pull. And now backwards, pinky, ring, middle, pointer. Okay, how about that whole hand grasping it? And pull, 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 pull. Okay, what about twist? So one hand is holding and one hand is twisting forward. Okay, and back. Other hand, forward. And back. Okay. We can do, so how do we do it? Okay, so with our hand, right, all of our fingers, we hold on to this, right? So we might need to, should we unroll it? Let's unroll our paper. And we can take our whole hand like this and hold, and our whole hand like this and pull with our fingers like this. Pull, 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 pull. Whew. Okay, like, all right. And another thing, the last few things, right? We can crumple our paper. Really a nice way to use both our hands. Crumple it tight. Crumple, crumple, crumple. Give it a big squeeze in one arm, one hand, squeeze. In the other hand, squeeze. Okay, and now we'll use our fingers to open this hand, to open this paper. Really nice activity, opening it. All right, and last time, crumple it closed. One more time, squeeze. And our other hand, squeeze. All right, and now we also have a ball that we can use for another time. Okay, so that paper is a nice way to do some different kinds of activities, getting our hands working with that paper. Okay, the next one is our push and pull. So push and pull, we can do, it's really good for our body, really good for our joints. So we can do it with our arms and our legs. So how do we push our hands? We can push them together like this, push, right? Breathe in. And when we breathe out, push. One more, breathe in. And as hard as you can, everything you have, push. Woo. Okay, what about pull? We can lace our fingers together, interlace. And same thing, breathe in. And exhale, pull. Okay, or you can grab your wrists or your hands and breathe in and pull. Okay, push, pull. We can also use a wall. So if we're by a wall, we can push the wall, push, 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 push. Okay, or pulling to the wall, pull, pull, pull. If we're seated in a chair, if we have something with a rope on it, a string, we can pull that string in. Okay, that's a good one. Or we can use our chair. So using our chair, we can push into our chair, okay, and see if we can push to bring ourselves up. So push, 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 and we sit down. Okay, push, 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 and we sit down. What about pull? Pull might be from the sides of the chair, and we pull, 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 and let go, and pull, 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 pull. and let go. Okay, so we can do with our legs, even just by standing. So if we push up to a stand, here's how our legs push. And we can have a seat. And one more. Push. So this is how our legs push. Okay, so our push and pull, a couple of different exercises we could do. Our last one is our penguin crunch. Okay, so what does a penguin look like? Our penguin walks side to side like this. So our penguin crunch, we have our arms on the side of our body, and what we try to do is we try to reach down to one side, okay? And with our side body here, we bring ourselves back up, reach down to the other side, and our side body tightens to bring us up. So let's see if we can do 10 penguin crunches. So penguin, we're keeping our back straight, right? Our back is staying straight. And we go like this. 1, 2, see our back is straight. 3, how low can you reach? 4, 5, reach as low as you can. 6, keep your back straight. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Our penguin crunches. Okay, so that is our letter P activities: paper, push and pull, and penguin crunch. All right, we can take our pencil, marker, crayon, check off our 3 P activities. Okay, and let's see. If we turn the page, come to our next blank page. So tune in again next time for our next week's review for our letters Q, R, S, T. All right, hope you enjoyed. Hope these are helpful. Remember, please listen to your own body, okay? This is just educational, not professional advice. It's different for everybody because everybody is individual. So what feels good for one might not feel good for another. What's safe for one might not be as safe for another. So listen to your own body with everything that you're doing, okay? I can't see what anyone is doing, so please make sure you are safe in everything that you do. Consult with your doctor, primary care physician, healthcare provider before starting if you need to, okay? Otherwise, hope everyone enjoyed. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see everyone again next time. All right, bye everyone. Thank you.